Hi, I hope you all can forgive me for missing yesterday. Yesterday, my husband and my oldest son and I had to drive up to Minneapolis, quickly pack up all of the things from his dorm room, and then drive all the way home. It was a long day, so that was not going to be a yoga video day. So hopefully you found a past video that was helpful, or you found something else to do to take your mind off of it for the evening. But we're back today. And if you've ever spent about 12 hours in the car, you know that your back isn't super happy. So today we're going to do some back bends to help me out. Hopefully it helps you out too. So grab a mat, or if you don't have a mat, a nice carpeted space. I am enjoying the sunshine out on my deck, so your yoga practice is mobile. Right now it can be anywhere, wherever you want to do it. So your deck, your family room, your bedroom, someday the moon, wherever we're gonna all be. But for right now, come grab a spot, stretch out on your stomach. So you come out on your stomach and you gotta make yourself comfortable. So making sure that your hips can lay flat, that your heart can lay close to flat. And usually we turn our head and find a place to kind of get ourselves grounded and relaxed. You'd like to be able to push down into the toenail sides of your feet. Maybe the little toe sides don't quite touch, it depends on your foot, but ideally they do. That'll help your hip bones turn toward the mat. We're going to start with Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose is one of those poses that practically you're in it as you're setting yourself up for it. You bring your forearms to the mat, longest fingers toward the narrow edge of the mat, and you hug your elbows maybe a little closer. So I'm practically in pose before I even get there, right? Then as you inhale, you're going to press firmly into your elbows and lift your heart up. Now as you lift your heart up, your shoulder blades are squeezing together and your breastbone presses forward. Your pelvis is as flat as it will go to the mat. Your hips are as low as they go to the mat. And again, you're pressing into the toenail sides. And you hold Sphinx pose for as long as it's comfortable. Sometimes it's a little intense, depending on where your rib cage hits. If it's hitting too low to your kidneys, feel free to press the heart back a little bit, your spine back a little bit. That might take the pressure off those kidneys. When you're ready then, on an exhale, go ahead and come down. Now you turn your head the opposite of how you had it last, just again, balance. Turn your head, and you want to check in. Back bends of all kinds tend to speed up your heart rate. So checking in, slowing down your breathing so that you can slow your heart rate back down if it's really sped up or gotten away from you. After an exhale or two, then your forehead's going to come to the mat. Your hands are going to come so that they're more in line with your heart. Tuck those elbows in towards your rib cage. Again, you're going to press down into the toenail sides of your feet. We'll do Cobra pose. Cobra, your elbows stay somewhat bent and your hip bones stay down. So remember, we're not coming all the way up. When you're ready to breathe in, press into the heels of your hands. Again, tuck in those elbows. Let your heart lift up. The top of your hip bones are lifting, but the base of your hip bones stay down. Your pelvis stays down. And again, you should be able to press into your feet. And you hold Cobra as long as you can. Now if your shoulders are creeping up, maybe you got to roll them back and down. Really here, the heels of your hands are doing the work. The pads of your fingers aren't doing too much. As you exhale, coming down again, you turn the opposite of how your head was last. Adjust if you need to. Check in. If you're getting some tension or tightness across that middle or lower back, send your exhales there. You have the sun right in my eyes, which is both lovely and hard to look at you, so I'm sorry. Relax your body down, let your shoulders melt, your hips melt. Deepen your breath. After an exhale or two, we're going to do locust pose. So your forehead comes to the mat, your chin tucks in toward the notch of your collarbones, hands are down past your hips with your palms are up. And for locust, when you're ready to inhale, you're going to lift up just about everything that you can. But if that's a challenge, you can also do half and half. You can do the upper body and then the lower body, or vice versa. We'll do it all. So when you're ready, as you breathe in, you raise up through your head, your neck, your chest, you add your arms, you add your legs, and you're a little bit like Superman here. Spread into your fingertips. Now as you exhale, you kind of sink, and as you inhale, you lift up a little bit higher. And again, exhale. It's a little bit like you're a rocking horse. That's all right. When you come to one of those next exhales, let yourself come all the way down. Turn your head the opposite of how it was last time. Check in. All right. And then we're going to do upward facing dog. So your hands come back so they're in line with your heart, just like cobra. Foreheads to the mat. And now we're going to press really firmly both into the heels of your hands and the fronts of your feet. So when you're ready to breathe in, you press and lift up. Hip bones lift up, arms go long. Some of you, I know, the knees will stay down. That's okay. Your knees can stay down. But if you're comfortable, you press firmly into the fronts of your feet. The knees lift up. Again, breastbone presses forward, shoulder blades squeeze together. And we've got our up dog. Now from here, we're going to transition to downward facing dog. So as you exhale, tuck those toes. And we're in our down dog. And go ahead and you're going to alternate feet, pedaling those heels, bending your knees, stretching out your back. And then we're going to come into dolphin pose. Dolphin mechanically is very, very similar to down dog, only here you're on your forearms. So you're coming down, you press into those elbows, your head stays up off the ground, and you press your heart back toward your knees. It's a nice one if you're struggling with any wrist issues to do instead of down dog, do dolphin pose. Your palms can also come together if that's easier for you. All right, when you come to your next exhale, let your knees come down and press yourself back to child's pose. Stretch out. All right. Join me, do a few back bends, stretch yourself out.